Hello and welcome back to another episode of Friendly Neighbourhood, the .cineclub.podcast. I'm Dion.
I'm Jake.
I'm Matthew.
And I'm Billy. Today, Mr. Ditkovich's rent is due, so we're traversing across the Spider-Verse in a retrospective of Spider-Man's incarnations in film across the years. First, let's go back to the 2000s for a look at Sam Raimi's trilogy, starring Tobey Maguire. It's known now for its quotable lines and memes, but do they hold up as films?
They're all, yeah.
Yeah.
Even the third one's really good.
I like the third one. I think the first one's my favourite by a mile.
Second one's mine.
I've always felt like I'm in like the unpopular like demographic. But I just prefer the first one.
It's fair.
I think this is Willem Dafoe.
They're both really good. Willem Dafoe's brilliant in the first one. I just think I like the second one because it's a bit more of a character study.
Yeah,
Oh no, yeah, I agree with that.
Like the first one's great because it's the quintessential superhero comic book adaptation. It's got the guys and they're a normal person. Then
Guys,
the guy, as in the person,
Okay.
and he becomes a superhero, and then he does his superhero thing. Then he has a villain, then there's romance, and fights the villain, saves the day, love conquers all.
Very character journey heavy.
Yeah, it's very it's classic. It ticks every box and does everything you'd want from a superhero film, but also like a Spider-Man film more specifically.
I think the first one for me, I don't know what it is. It like never gets old.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I could watch that about 10 times. I could watch that once a month, and I would never get
I
bored.
think
You'd
I've
never get sick
seen
of it.
the first one about 5 times in my life, and every time I watch it, I always love it. Like,
Rookie numbers.
I think
Rookie
No,
numbers.
yeah.
I think so.
I've seen Spider-Man 2 about 15 times though.
Wow.
I've seen all of them a lot. Like, I mean, there was sort of our generation's superhero films at one point. I think we kind of.
I think. But
Well,
like,
Well, Spider-Man 3 and I think they were all still they were still relative.
Yeah,
they weren't brand new. Like I wasn't.
Oh yeah,
watching them as they
technically the
came
Andrew
out,
Garfield films were our generation, but not really, because it's
Yeah.
what the sort of films that you would
What
grow
you
up on,
grew
like
up on, yeah.
DVD.
You
in the house,
exactly.
yeah.
Your parents would show you the DVD rather than take you to the cinema
Yeah.
because you're too young to see
I
them,
remember,
so.
I think that was my first ever DVD I got Spider-Man 1 was because I remember my nana, took me to a charity shop and the first ever DVD I got there was Spider-Man 1
Yeah.
and Spider-Man 2. So pretty much bought both of them back to back, but like the first one was so special to me, even if I have a lot more issues compared to the others.
Yeah.
I
Like
got-
what?
Like I think the first one to me, while I do like it, I just don't think it is as charming as the second one or the third one.
I would disagree. I think it's the most charming out of the trilogy. I think the second one is like a better film, but I think the first one's got
More comic book.
Yeah, it's more comic booky. Yeah.
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 I agree.
I will say though, I do agree with what people say. The first one's much more emotional. I actually tear up towards the end every fucking time. It's so good.
I do love the way it ends with the conclusion of the Uncle Ben's death and I had a father. His name was Ben Parker. All that kind of things.
Yeah.
It's great. It's just classic. But
I think the whole it's just really well cast as well.
Yeah.
Like it's still the definitive casting for all these characters. Like 20
Yeah.
years, to the point where they can't even.
still bringing them back.
Yeah, exactly. They couldn't
Yeah.
even cast a new J. Jonah Jameson or Green Goblin or whatever. They had to bring them
just
back.
refuse,
Yeah.
yeah.
I do think Willem Dafoe as Norman Osborn is one of my favourite performances in any comic book film.
Yeah.
I just think he's so like. In the first one, I think he's it is good seeing him like at the beginning where he's just a normal guy, and then he is just so comic booky towards the end. Like the
Yeah.
bit when he gets Spider-Man up on the roof and he's talking
That
to
bit's
him.
great. Yeah.
That bit's really good.
That's really good because I always forget that even happens where
Yeah.
it's just like before he's even really fully established himself as the villain, he's just like there lecturing him.
Yeah.
And like that whole thing he says about like, we're both doing the same thing, but we're just looking at it differently. Like
Yeah.
it is really
It's been
cool.
done so many times in so many different films,
Yeah.
but I feel like that it just works really well.
My biggest problem with Willem Dafoe in this film though is they put him in that big daft mask for most of it.
You know what?
So, I like the suit, but I just
think
think when
nostalgia's blinded me, but
when
I
you-
think the suit's really cool.
The
You
suit's really
can't
cool.
emote properly.
that's what
Yeah,
I mean.
can't.
It's not
You
so
can
much.
see his eyes sometimes behind the
Yeah.
mask, but that's
Yeah.
still like
It's more when you've got a character like an actor that expressive
yeah,
who does the sort of thing so well,
like Jim Carrey, isn't it?
like Jim Carrey or like Jack Nicholson in Batman '89.
Yeah.
Like I don't think you just couldn't put him in like they put enough makeup on him so that you know it's the Joker, but he's still doing his like evil
Yeah.
eyebrows and
Yeah.
like the whole Jack Nicholson face thing.
Mm.
So like I think that but they fixed that in the new one because they just put him in a hood.
I don't think there's really any good way to adapt Green Goblin into live
There's
action
not
though as
really.
design. Because like they tried that pneumatic sort of mask thing, but
yeah,
I think it would have looked cool. But then you've got the exact same problem where you're not getting Willem Dafoe emoting. It's the mask.
exactly.
So,
It's the mask, and I think the very fundamental issue of the Green Goblin is that because it's comic booky, you put in the comic he's got a mask,
Yeah,
but like no mask on Earth could
It's
be
good.
that expressive. Like there's just
Yeah.
nothing in real life.
I think it would look very hokey too.
It would, yeah.
It would look
just-
like the car from Maximum Overdrive.
yeah, it would look too rubbery. I think if they did it like the way they do it in the comics, but
Yeah.
either that or they do the Spider-Verse thing and they make him like a big green monster
Yeah.
instead of a bloke in a suit. But
Yeah.
that sort of loses it as well. So
Also, speaking of, I said this before we started. Speaking of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man films,
yeah,
actually, do I want to talk about 2 first?
Too, yeah.
We'll do it.
Free.
Cut the
sure.
shot.
Well, I was gonna say off the back of your thing, I think Alfred Molina as Doc Ock's really underrated. I think.
I think he's just perfectly rated though.
Yeah. Do you think?
I feel like enough people talk about him.
enough people talk about it. But like
and
everybody.
he's good. He's like, theatre trained actor Alfred Molina.
Yeah, but I just feel like compared to how much people go on about like how good Willem Dafoe is and that.
Yeah.
I think he's talked about a lot more.
He's
than
talked about enough, but
nowadays.
well, okay. Point is, I think he's just as good.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think he
he really
deserves.
is.
I think he's really.
He's definitely
really
like I really like him in too because he's a villain, but he also is kind of the heart of the
good.
story.
Yeah, totally.
It's so weird how it's done because you can see he's very desperate to bring his wife back and stuff,
Yeah.
and then pretty much he wants to become evil. But at the end of the day, he is the heart of the story when you look into it. And it's just kind of weird how it's done because it could have easily became like a big bad, like someone who isn't sympathetic, and pretty much we've had a lot of sympathetic villains now in like comic book media, but for
Too
some
many.
reason-
I would
too many.
argue.
But I think Alfred Molina's Doc Ock's probably the best we've gotten.
Yeah, because he's genuinely quite menacing, and you almost like to the point where you almost forget that he is just a good guy, and then I think that's why it
Yeah.
works when he gets his redemption, and you're like, oh yeah, so it was, like he was actually still all right in the end, but I love that whole bit where he realizes that Peter Parker's Spider-Man, and they have that whole exchange. He's like, Parker, brilliant but lazy, and he's like, right, I get it now. You're not lazy. You're Spider-Man. Like,
So good.
Have you seen the video of where they're doing the end of Spider-Man 2, but it's the actors from the Spider-Man game, and they do this brilliant but lazy bit, and he's like, he says something,
yeah,
and it's like, what does he say?
it's the voice that it's. I can't hear Doc Ock in that game anymore because it's Rigby's voice
Yeah.
actor
Yeah,
from regular
it is.
show.
oh
So he's like,
yeah.
Parker, brilliant, but like, and then Yuri Lowenthal's like, "What the fuck are you talking
It's
about?"
really funny. So I rewatched Spider-Man 2 the other day, and that bit happened, and I was cracking up thinking about it. That's ruined
is
the end of
really
that film
funny.
for me.
I
There's
love
also that bit with Doc Ock, and when he sort of comes back as Doc Ock, and it's like the most Sam Raimi thing ever,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
ter-
well,
that
it's
still
it's just
scares
loads
the
of
life out
screaming
of me
women,
today.
like shots of like,
That-
somebody goes at his tentacles with like a
Chainsaws
chainsaw. Yeah,
coming
it's
at
like
them,
they had
yeah.
full on
Yeah,
Evil
it
Dead.
is.
I think they had to
Cool.
censor
I
it
love that
because
bit.
it got very brutal.
Yeah.
I
But
love
we watched that
yeah,
when we were like
part's class.
7 years old.
Yeah.
We were built
Insane.
different.
Oh, also, the best thing to come out with Spider-Man 2 might be the game.
Oh
Oh yeah, the game's really
That's
good. Yeah.
unbelievable.
Bruce
He
Campbell
forgot
as the
that. Bruce
tutorial
Campbell's in it,
voice.
yeah.
The
So good.
Mysterio being like a
Yeah.
one fight, like one
Yeah.
punch fight.
Bruce
you know?
I
Campbell's
used to
in all
love
the
that
3D films,
game.
isn't he?
Yeah. He is. Yeah. Well, he's in every
Who's he in the second
basically
one?
every Sam Raimi.
He's
film.
the
The Usher.
yeah, the
Usher.
Usher.
Oh, he
yeah.
is, yeah.
First one he's a wrestler.
And then he was meant to be Mysterio
He
in the
was,
fourth
wasn't he?
one.
What a waste.
I know John Malkovich as Vulture, Bruce Campbell as Mysterio.
Less convinced on John Malkovich's Vulture,
I'm
but
There's just picked up balls, fella. And they're like, he's bald, he's got a big nose. Come on.
that'll do. Yeah.
Can I bring something up about Spider-Man 2 that I'm really like nostalgic of? Aunt May scenes are generally like
Yeah.
one of the most like brilliant
What,
scenes.
after he like in the whatever it is, the yard sale. or
Yeah,
whatever.
when she sells the comics.
That's one of my favorite bits in
There's
any
a
of these
hero
films.
in all of us.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
it's so good.
She
Did
knew.
that-
She
wow.
knew. She
You
knew.
like who was
She
that?
knew.
Was that Jacob Marley? Was that going to be?
She knew. She knew who.
She- yeah.
yeah.
Well, I think that's
She
the
must
point
know.
of that.
She knew
bit,
it.
isn't
She
'Cause
definitely
it's-
shows in the third one that she knew too.
That's kind of her saying, like, get off your ass. Like,
She's really good in these films. She's still going, the actress who
I
plays.
think- yeah, she's
she's
still
on
alive.
is now.
unbelievably.
She is incredible.
That's the thing. I know it's accurate. I never liked that Aunt May was an old woman. It sort of throws because I feel like it just feels like more like sort of nana coded rather than auntie coded.
Yeah,
I know.
Like how old is Peter Parker's parents?
that's what I always thought.
That's a good point, though, because like I always thought you don't even think about that, but I think that was why my perception of the age of aunts and uncles was so warped when I was a kid, because I was like watching all these things and I was like, yeah, should really be grandparents.
It was like Batman 1966 as well. Didn't they have like
Aunt
Dick
Harriet.
Grayson? Yeah, Aunt Harriet living at the and she was like ancient as well.
I don't get it. What are comic books have?
She was like very much.
aunties?
I remember like she's very different, Aunt May, but like it's funny because every episode she's like, "Oh, where's Bruce Wayne gone?" There's like Alfred's
Dickheads,
like,
Batman and Robin, can't stand them. That was like every episode she was like probably kicking off about it. But I don't know. I think the fact she's old makes her like.
It makes
her more vulnerable and wise.
Yeah.
I think I like the fact that she's
She
like
not get attacked in every film.
does.
She pretty much attacks Doc Ock in the second one. Like,
well, I love that bit though.
That bit's really good.
That bit's good. I like the little video of her doing her own stunts. I don't know if you've seen that. Where
Yeah.
There's a video. There's like a behind the scenes featurette thing where she's like, they're like, oh, they told me not to do it, but I really wanted to. It was
That's really
really
cool.
fun, and they're like launching her up buildings and
love
stuff, and it's like it's just man, it's just great.
I love the
it.
first one where a Green Goblin just breaks in the house and he goes, finish it.
Yeah. I actually think she's got like some really good lines. Like not even like they are funny, but one of my favourite bits in Spider-Man 2 is when he goes, "Oh, we sure showed him." She goes, "What do you mean we?" And he's like
I love
mouth
it.
off.
Yeah,
I love in the first one where bloody Harry's like, Norman's like cutting the thing and you got her.
It's really good, yeah. Also, you mentioned Harry Osborn. James Franco's Harry Osborn is genuinely the funniest thing ever. James Franco is such a horrific actor. I'm ruined. I have nothing left. Spider-Man.
Oh,
so
he
bad.
is so funny in the third one.
I think he works though because he's like he's really
He's so
good at playing
menacing.
like a total
Not menacing.
like a dickhead, like a brat basically.
Yeah.
Like he plays a very good entitled sort
Yeah.
of brat, which is sort of what Harry Osborn is. So.
Yeah.
and probably what James Franco also.
And
Yes.
probably
Yeah.
what that's why he plays
To be
it so
fair,
well. Yeah.
I actually think
He's not.
if we move on to the third one, I actually think he's better in that one.
Oh,
I feel like he's got more to do.
He is
But
so
he's just
funny.
funny in the third one. I think I mean when I say better, I mean he's more enjoyable to watch because he's just there.
He's more enjoyable to
he's
watch
just
because he's worse.
Yeah,
though.
Yeah,
but
he
he is
sounds like a
just
head injury, doesn't
He's
he?
completely hamming it up in the second one, but I feel like they give him tiny bit to work with.
I don't know.
Nice pie.
He's got a terrible design, man. Like the flying snowboard and the hockey
the Green
mask.
Goblin too.
He's like Green Goblin Junior.
I think the toys called him the New Goblin.
Yeah.
Gonna cry.
But like they could have just given him like a modified proper Green Goblin costume instead of the snowboarder gear.
Yeah.
Or like
sure,
when they're
it
going
was the
through that
early
vault at the
2000s
end,
though, wasn't it?
there was
They were
there was like a silver mask
Yeah.
with like orange lenses. You could have just stretched it and made him Hobgoblin.
Well, even if they're just giving him, I don't know if you've just said, even if they're just giving him Norman's
yeah.
outfit, then modified it.
I think that's what I thought they were gonna do with how they were teasing
But like
it.
the
through.
green, just like, even if you didn't want to give him the helmet, green suit and then
Yeah.
the stupid hockey
That would've
mask
been
thing.
I might have been a little bit afraid that people would call them
I
out
will
for just
say.
doing the same thing though, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Because like back when that was a problem, as opposed to the intention, like in a
Yeah.
lot of modern films.
I will say one thing I really love about it is Harry throughout the whole third one is just him just like gaslighting Peter for most of it.
So funny.
Because there's a bit where he's eating the
He's eating the
pie.
pie.
Oh,
And then
so funny.
and then he fucking disappears.
He's under the table too.
How's the pie? So good.
So good. So genuinely, that's
I
you
mean,
prefer
deadly
that.
serious.
The bit when they're in the house and he's like, I still remember the way your lips taste. Strawberry.
It's so funny. Honest to God.
Terrible.
Do you right?
I love Spider-Man 3.
Okay,
but
there you go. I love it.
yeah, love
I went round
Spider-Man
to
3,
it was a couple of friends we went round and we were watching it at like a house party.
Yeah.
And we were crying laughing.
I mean,
It's the funniest film ever made.
I think it's the
And
most.
it's not even bad.
The most I've ever laughed in the cinema was when they did that re-release of Spider-Man 3,
Same.
and I was
I remember there was a group of people behind us. I choked my popcorn when we really got to the bit with the pie.
Oh, well, it was just
I was just dying throughout the whole film.
the audience proper passed the vibe check because everybody was laughing at all the bits that you sort of meant to laugh at, and
Like,
it was so
I think
funny.
it's also like we mentioned like bits you laugh at.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of the only sort of film franchises where you know when a film's quotes get memed that much.
Yeah.
If someone does that now to me, like quote Spider-Man 3 or 1 or 2, and I get it, I'll just laugh at it.
It's still funny,
Not did on
yeah.
this.
Come on.
Right,
We need to
okay.
talk about emo Peter Parker. He's with the last
Why?
part.
Why was this a thing?
I don't know. It's
Because
ridiculous.
It's because Sam Raimi didn't want to use the Venom symbiote, and he didn't understand how the Venom
No, because
symbiote worked.
that was what I was under the
Was he doing it
impression.
out of spite or
that
something?
Yeah.
Was
Well,
it-
Avi Arad basically was like,
forced
put
his hand,
Venom in this.
I
He
remember
just
that
wanted to
now,
do
yeah.
Sandman, but he's like, put Venom in this film. So you had like a proper surface
So that's
level.
why you get 3
yeah.
villains basically,
Yeah.
which you don't need.
And
but
now,
Batman's
like,
right, I think.
The Venom,
He's great,
Sandman's
the
so
Venom
good.
symbiote didn't really change.
doesn't turn
his
him evil in the
personality.
comics. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
That's
Like,
purely spawned out of these films,
it?
and now that's just the standard. Like
yeah,
the Insomniac one, the Spectacular
Oh, I
Spider-Man.
never knew that.
Probably
I was
whenever Tom
under-
Holland gets the
yeah,
symbiote.
yeah. I was under the impression that that was the way it always had been
Yeah,
in the
but
comics,
it's
and then
just
I was
not.
like, what? Really? So that
Oh,
was
well.
invented.
I
by
only
this.
read the Venom comic where MJ gets scared of Venom, and I thought, oh, that's Peter turning evil. No, I was
Yeah,
very
I
confused.
know the
Yeah,
one
no,
you're
it's
on
fine.
about,
It's
yeah.
it's literally just he gets rid of it because it's an
Yeah.
alien. It's not changing him or anyway.
Basically,
And
yeah.
then Eddie Brock finds it, and the rest is history.
Yeah, Eddie Brock in this film, he is like
Oh.
he just he goes to
The
church to
stuff of
pray for
legend.
God to kill Peter
That is
Parker.
still
the biggest hater
He's a
of all
top tier
time.
hater. There
I
is
love
no.
oh my god, I don't blame him though.
I know.
Because
I was
when
going
he
to say,
smashes the camera. What the hell?
see you,
What
chump. And then he just
funny.
jumps down the sewer. Like what?
They look really familiar.
He gets
So
him
funny.
fired too, doesn't he? Like,
Yeah,
when
he
does. He gets
He
him
cuts
fired.
act.
He cuts corners, but he's not even really a bad guy or anything.
I mean, he's a bit of a dick to
He's
Betty, but
yeah,
like,
but like he just Peter just
not
pushes
that
him to the
bad,
brink.
no,
He's
exactly.
just a jock. He's like a normal
He's just a
everyday
lo- he's
jock.
just a
yeah.
loser. Like, that's the
Yeah.
problem. He's just a total loser, but like doesn't really acknowledge that. But like,
it
isn't
was
Eddie?
a strange casting as Eddie. Like
Yeah, Eddie
Topher
Brock's
Grace.
supposed to be like a big, like he's like a big hench,
yeah, proper big
muscle-bound
squasher.
fella who looks like he could like rip Peter Parker's head off.
Unless-
Topher Grace is like,
Unless they were
not
going more
that
for
at
like,
all.
because like I know a lot of the Raimi trilogy was based on the original Ultimate Run, and Eddie Brock was like a
Oh,
proper
yeah.
loser with a soul patch and that. So
That's
maybe
true.
that's where they got that from.
I could have. Yeah, I never thought
What
of that.
do you
but
guys?
You're right, actually.
What do you guys think of his death scene? Because I remember hearing it was going to be much more brutal than it was.
Yeah, it was meant
How
to.
did he die again? Oh,
He
yeah.
just,
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to be separate
Yeah.
from Venom, so he like throws himself into the
but
explosion.
I'm sure
Like an idiot.
at one point it was meant to be like revealed that Eddie was like long dead inside the
Yeah.
symbiote, and
Yeah.
there was like it was like a
It was
skeleton,
like a
basically
skeleton
just
of
popping
a
in
human
your
I
left
really like that.
underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of like rejected practical effects
I
that.
saw earlier today actually the post about it was like Harry Osborn's makeup or something where it was
Yes.
meant to be a lot more brutal after Peter chucks a bomb.
Yeah,
at
it is
him.
weird.
The
It's just
ragdoll.
some
Well, I think there's moments where Sam Raimi's
Oh, it's not.
he like forgets he's not making a horror film
Yeah.
because there's
Yeah.
like because there was the whole thing with the like animatronic Venom and
Yeah.
the funniest story about the whole thing was when he wanted to do the symbiote suit as like a practical effect without the webs like the way it looks in the comic, but he said it looked too much like a gimp suit.
It
So-
did look like
it did look
suit.
like a gimp suit, so they had to like add like the webs and make
Yeah.
it look more like the sort of
I
proper Spider-Man. one.
adore the Venom costume in 3. I think it's probably my favorite costume out of the whole films. It's
I'm,
just so.
I'm inclined to agree purely because I think Spider-Man media now is too focused on the fact that the symbiote is like a gooey
It's a
alien.
gooey alien.
So now
where
all symbiote suits are gooey alien suits and they look weird.
it should just be
It's-
like
yeah, like a
all
fabric
black
suit.
or a fabric
Yeah.
or like the sort of fabric one that he has in Spider-Man.
Because like I
3.
say, whenever Tom Holland eventually gets the symbiote, because it's going to happen,
It will
it'll probably
happen
be like
eventually.
a goopy
Yeah.
Tom Hardy Venom
Yeah.
thing. It's just it looks better as
It
like a
does.
fabric suit.
The thing that the big thing that really irks me about Venom in this film is the fact that like I know everybody like goes on about like the whole Tom Hardy Eddie, but like fucking Venom talking
His
in
voice is
Topher Grace's
awful,
voice
yeah.
is ridiculous because it's like there's that one shot where he's like trying to like. He's like, trying to like seduce Flint Marco to come to his side and help
Oh,
him kill
yeah.
Peter and everything.
We can
He's like,
change the
crawl,
world.
we can change the world. It's like Topher Grace's stupid
Venom's
bloody
only sounded
Eric
good
Foreman voice.
In one film, and that was the first Venom film, because I don't think
Yeah.
Tom Hardy did the voice in that one.
no, it
he
was someone.
He did
else.
the voice in the other two Venom films, and it sounds terrible,
Mm.
but he actually sounds decent in the first
The
one.
first
Yeah.
one, I believe it was the voice who plays the crow in Devil May Cry 5. I
Oh, is
remember
that
hearing.
interesting?
Yeah, but you were saying about Sandman. I think Sandman's really
Really good.
I think he's
He's
really
good.
underrated in this sort of scope of Spider-Man villains. Cause I feel like he sort of, when you look at the Raimi trilogy with Goblin and Doc Ock,
Yeah.
he sort of flies under, and Venom really, he flies under the radar.
Yeah.
I think Thomas Hayden Church is like really
He's really
good. And it's
good,
like a
isn't it? Yeah.
great. I know, like you were saying, sympathetic villains in comic book films have sort of become a bit overplayed, but I think
He's done really
They do it
he does
really
it
well.
really well.
The
Because
bit where he goes to his like wife and his kid is still one of like the
That
best
bit's
scenes.
really
of
I think
bad
Sandman's
guy.
one. I think Spider-Man is one of those characters where a lot of his villains you can get away with making them.
You can make
sympathetic.
them sympathetic
Because like
because
there's some of them like Scorpion, comic Scorpion sympathetic. He's just that. It's built into his DNA. He's a nutter who wants to kill Spider-Man.
yeah,
You can't really. They do make Goblin sympathetic. I don't really like that.
No.
I think Norman Osborn should just be.
Evil.
He is a bit of an arsehole in it, but not
Harry,
to
you
the
can
full
make.
extent.
yeah.
He's an arsehole to Harry, but he's not an arsehole to anyone else.
He's a bit of an arsehole to Aunt May at one
Yeah.
point.
Harry,
but
you
that's,
can
but that's
make-
after he gets
That's true.
gassed.
Actually, yeah.
Harry,
Well,
you can make very sympathetic if you had like. a
I
good
think
idea
I
for
think
it.
you can get away. But like the point is, I think Sandman is one of those ones where you can get away with because he was an Avenger at one point.
yeah, he's
And-
like
yeah,
a
so-
good guy,
yeah,
kind of.
kind of.
Well,
And
and it's, I think the fact that he's not got a particularly like a slightly daft ability to turn into
Mm.
sand. You can get it. I think you can get away with stuff like that because it's not like it's like the sand makes me evil and hate Spider-Man. It's
and
just
I like that he's not trying to destroy the world because like
no, he's just trying to get
Goblin
money.
was
Yeah.
basically like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna destroy
Yeah.
New York and
First Spider-Man, then
and
the
then Doc,
world.
and Doc Ock was like, oh, I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make the sun in the middle of the Hudson River and blow everyone up.
Power of the sun, in the
And
palm
then
of his hand.
Venom's just like, I just want to cause chaos to Peter.
Just want to fuck Peter
Yeah.
Parker. I hate that guy.
I'm an agent of chaos.
Different film.
There's actually a
Same
poster
here.
for Spider-Man 3 in the background of
There
The
is?
Dark Knight.
Is there
Yeah,
actually?
in the
Heath Ledger
opening-
stood in the corner.
Yeah, in the opening scene at the bank robbery.
What? Wow.
There you go.
I'm gonna have to go.
Tenuous link.
Gonna have to watch The Dark Knight again for like the 20th time. It'll be on ITV tomorrow, probably.
But we've sort of glossed over it. J. Jonah Jameson.
So
Yeah.
good.
Actually, the entire
The entire
Bugle cast.
Bugle
Yeah,
cast, I think,
Peter
are
Reed.
really,
Unmatched.
really good. And
What's his face? Oh, Sam Raimi's brother.
Hoffman.
Yeah,
Ted
he's
Raimi,
really,
Yeah.
really
as,
good.
yeah,
Ted Raimi, that's what he's
Ted.
called.
He's so. I mean, he's another one who shows up in like every Sam Raimi thing, and
Really?
he's always really good in it.
Mhm.
Despite he's not really like an actor. I don't think he's
Yeah.
really in that much else other than the stuff Sam Raimi puts
Yeah.
in.
He's
him,
really
but
funny though.
He's so funny. I love him.
I think that
Doctor Octopus.
that's something that I don't really. Because like the Bugle and Jonah weren't in the Amazing Spider-Man films, and then
No.
the Bugles just come into the Tom Holland films, but I don't even know if J. Jonah
podcast.
Jameson's going to be in the new one. And
Uh,
the biggest key missing thing is Robbie Robertson.
Yeah.
He's not in the new one, and like that's
Spider-Man was there.
he's the heart of it. Like he's another
Yes,
one who
he
knows
is, yeah.
that
He
Peter is
defends
Spider-Man.
him. Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's the
I
whole
wonder-
dynamic. It's like he kicks off at him, he defends him, and like that's so.
and
Yeah.
Betty
awesome.
kind
Yeah.
of steps in a bit, and there's like that's the thing. It's the attention to detail where they've got all of these
I
characters.
would have loved an Office style show with these characters.
It would have
That
been
would've been
great,
really
and like I
funny.
think when you don't have those, the reason they work so well in those Raimi films is because they're like the sort of ground level perspective
Yeah.
of all the events. It like brings you back down to reality, gives you like characters that you're familiar with. So then when Peter shows up and he's talking to them, it's like, oh, you can see the dynamic shift between like the Spider-Man version of him and the normal version, where he's like a total weedy loser trying to get paid and everything.
I like
and
that Jonah's got a bit of nuance in these films as well compared
Yeah.
to his appearance in No Way Home, because it's like
he still
He's-
defends
yeah,
Peter Parker.
he's got like a horrible sort of exterior in that, but then like when Goblin blows up the window open, he's like,
He
who
lies to
takes the
him,
picture? It's
yeah.
like, I don't know. And then they've got all like the stuff with how gutted he looks in the second film when Mary Jane just leaves his son at the altar.
When he's a cop, what does he say? He says something.
Don't open the
Don't
can.
open the canopy. Your wife's online too. She lost the checkbook. Thanks for the great news.
So
like, there's so many lines in it that are really funny, and actually, that's another point. It's the whole thing with when he gets rid of Spider-Man, and then he like regrets it, and then as soon as Spider-Man comes,
was a hero.
yeah,
I just couldn't see it.
I love in the
He
extended
was
cut of 2.
a menace.
it's so funny.
I don't know if you guys seen the extended cut of 2, but he's like in a costume.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
jumping around
Yeah.
on the desk.
That bit's very funny.
It's just like, I mean, Spider-Man 2. Can we talk about Spider-Man 2 a
Yeah.
bit more, please? Because
Oh.
like, I feel like that whole everything there's like a bit where it reaches like a complete flow state towards the end, where it goes from him coming back, then the train fight, it's up
Yeah.
the clock tower with Doc Ock, then he fights them on the train, then that basically all leads to the sort of end. Then you get the bit on the train where they realize who he is.
Yeah.
They don't tell
that bit is
anyone.
amazing.
I love that. Like, that's just, it's so good. And that is like exactly what Spider-Man should be, where like, sure, he gets quite a lot of grief from the press and from the public opinion and everything. But at the end of the day, he's just a kid from New York, and all of these people, you know,
There's
stand
some good,
by
there's
him,
some good
like-
actors in that scene too, like
Yeah.
Phil Lamar's in it.
Yeah, I forgot about
Like,
that.
it's
Isn't one of the
so
fellas from
insane.
The Sopranos in it as well?
No.
I know.
Not him.
Not him.
You're thinking of
Just
Joey
looks like
Diaz,
him.
who's a fat Italian fella who looks like he's in The Sopranos.
Okay.
I thought the same thing.
I'm sure somebody leaned over and said, "Isn't he in The Sopranos?" when I've seen it at some point. But anyway, whatever the
No.
case,
That was a
I love
great
that
scene,
bit, and I love all of that sort of. It's just everything about Spider-Man 2. That whole, it's the conflict between needing to like be Spider-Man, but then also just watching his life fall
Yeah.
apart
Yeah.
around him. And
Well, I think it's the whole Raimi trilogy is sort of like a closing thing on it.
yeah,
It's all linchpinned by Tobey Maguire. It's
Yeah.
like I don't think anyone's really matched him since. Like,
Yeah,
that
No.
sort of
incredible.
lovable dork.
he's so human. I think
Yeah.
that's the thing. He's just very relatable, very human, and like you say, he is a bit of a dork, and you just feel bad
I
for
think
him
you,
half
can,
the time.
you can buy
know?
him. I feel like as Peter more than Holland or
Even if-
Garfield.
Yeah.
Even if he looks very old going to high
It's not
school.
Yeah,
hard.
he does-
Yeah.
he does look like
It's
it,
not
yeah.
not hard to be Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, man.
We'll get onto it.
Okay.
We'll get onto
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I think
what is-
I said it's not that hard to beat him as Peter
Oh
Parker.
right, okay. I was gonna say I thought you'd defend him.
that's we'll get onto it. But like I think Tobey Maguire's like really does sell these films a lot, and obviously Raimi's direction as well. But
yeah,
I think it's the definitive. Spider-Man
it is the
films.
and like everything. It's not even just Spider-Man films been trying to catch up to it. It's like every comic
Every
book film
comic
has
book
been trying to
film.
catch up with that.
Yeah.
yeah,
It is the sort of the
yeah.
blueprint for a reason.
I don't understand how they became like retroactively disliked either, because like it was the opinion that they were great for ages, and then the MCU came about, and then suddenly everybody kind of like
that video by I forgot his name.
Cosmonaut.
Cosmonaut.
Yeah, it's terrible.
That's
But
that's
hey,
kind of like
But he
damage these films at the
Yeah.
but,
time.
has,
but
yeah.
he went back not that long ago, and he sort of
So
was
he
like,
was full of
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, because he's a total contrarian. He just goes.
He
around
said
saying-
Transformers 2 was fun. Because Spider-Man 2 shit.
Anyway,
It's like, man,
but whatever.
yeah.
I think they should be held in fairly high esteem, even in this day and age, because
Yeah.
I think we've gone so far in the like slop cycle now that like comic book films have got really bad again, and
Yeah.
you suddenly realize how good the ones
good
that people
bad is.
thought were bad actually are. So like
Yeah.
Spider-Man 3 was like held for years as like the worst comic book film, the worst superhero film. It's really not that bad.
Yeah.
It's really good. So it's not. I mean, you know, I still love it. So
Moving on now to the less successful Marc Webb duology, starring Andrew Garfield. Did these films deserve the hate they got, or are they secretly amazing? I don't think they're that bad.
I don't think they deserve the hate.
I used to like be on the bandwagon years ago, but I'll rewatch them all. I was like, these aren't.
I think the
terrible.
first
they're
one.
not great.
the
I-
first
the
one
first one's
is
actually quite good.
I actually really
First
like
one.
the first one.
The first one's weird for me because the first time I watched it, I thought it was terrible. Second time I watched it, it was like the second time I saw it was when the re-releases came out, and I watched it for the second time. I flipping loved it.
I think it's good. I think it's like
I don't like how it's all set at nighttime now.
yeah.
Well, actually,
it
was
is
made in that era where,
I
like,
get it.
everything had to
like,
be like sort of
post-Dark
realistic.
Knight.
and
Exactly.
The Dark Knight
dingy,
Rises. just
Dark
go
Knight
on.
Rises, Godzilla 2014. It was just like they were allergic to making films set in daylight, so you just
Yeah.
can't see.
Yeah.
I kind of
all
like
the
that though
lighting.
because it's sort of you needed a big contrast following up on sort of how panned Spider-Man 3 was for how
Yeah,
campy
I
it
know.
was,
Yeah,
and I think that it got it quite well. It's like the suit in that film reminds me of the Batman Robert Pattinson
Yeah,
suit,
I've
where
warmed to the suit.
it's very
I
sort
still
of
don't like it.
it's very
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
cobbled together with materials that realistically you could have found like it looks like a basketball.
does it though? Because I
Does it?
still don't believe that he could have
Like,
made that. I don't think
you've got to
any of
suspend
them-
your belief a little bit,
Yeah,
but like
but I don't
you know,
He's flying through skyscrapers, Jake.
No, I know, but like I don't know. I think it's I see where you're coming from,
you,
but
you
I
see
think
him making. He's got like he puts the sunglasses lenses in for like the
Yeah.
the lenses and stuff.
but
And
it looks like a tactical Spider-Man suit. Like he's
Yeah.
made. It looks like he's made a comic book version and then was like, no, that doesn't look gritty enough. And then he's went and made, can I add a few bits and pieces? Can I make the lenses orange? Can I like?
we could have gotten it worse. Like if you look at the
Oh yeah, we
the-
totally could have got it
the
worse.
suits that they were thrown around. They looked really bad.
Well, I
haven't
think
seen them.
when I watched it, I realized that there are greater things to worry about in film than what the Spider-Man suit looks like, and that's why I do actually quite like this one. Like I said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna give Andrew Garfield grief, but
I really like him.
I like him as I don't think he like I say I don't think he sells it as well, but
I think there's some moments that kind of like put you off him, like when he's like intimidating that guy in the car park.
yeah. Well,
Really
I think
icky,
as
isn't it?
as Peter maybe not so much, but I think
Yeah.
as as Spider-Man, I feel like he's quite a good.
Yeah,
he sort
I
of
like him
gets
as-
the sort of persona down quite
I
well, where
got-
it's very very sort of snarky, like sort of one-liners.
Yeah.
Like it takes it to the nth level in the second one, where he's like jumping
I
away to make
bloody
jokes
love
while
in the
like
second
people
one.
get like murdered.
Yeah,
People get killed.
the second one, it takes it way too
No,
far.
I love him in the
think.
second one. I
Do
think
you?
he's the reason why I don't go and say and watch that film. It's so like he's actually really fun.
But with like the first one, I think like the way that I like Gwen Stacy being it. I think Emma Stone's
Yeah,
really good
Emma
as Gwen
Stone's
Stacy.
great.
Yes.
The
I like
chemistry's so
I like
good.
the stuff with George Stacy. I think he's like,
Yeah, I
it's
was
a
gonna
nice
say,
nice to
like
adapt
that.
him in it.
I actually enjoy Lizard.
Yeah, I like Lizard. I think Reese Ifans is that what he's called? Reese
Yeah.
Ifans.
Yeah.
I think he's
Out of Notting Hill.
he's pretty good in that. I think he's another one.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot he's not Notting
He's another one who's quite, I think, underrated when you alongside Sandman. Where
Yeah.
it's like 'cause everybody just thinks of the second one with Electro, and I think
Amongst others.
well, even the new one, it's sort of like the No Way Home. They're sort of underrated in that because they don't give Lizard or Sandman anything to do in
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well,
They're just there.
They didn't come back though, wasn't it? That was because the actors
Yeah,
weren't
well,
interested. but
Well, I think Reese Ifans voiced him.
Yeah,
They
did the
yeah.
voice.
Yeah,
they just,
And
I
they've
guess,
got
It was
like
like
they used
COVID or
archive
something,
footage
yeah.
of him as well.
Yeah,
that's true. They do,
Yeah,
which
so
is
but
very unconvincing.
yeah, I think he's pretty good in it. I think it's like, I think they do the sympathetic villain thing fairly well with him. Not as good
Yeah.
as the Raimi films.
No.
But yeah, I like it. I like what she called Sally Fields. I like her.
Yeah,
as,
she's good as Aunt May.
I think.
Martin Sheen.
Yeah, I don't
Is
really
it-
like
Martin
Martin
Sheen,
Sheen
isn't
as
it?
Uncle Ben.
Uncle
No,
Ben,
it's
yeah.
Uncle Ben,
I don't really like the way that they go about the
I thought
great
it
power
was
with, the whole line. I
That
don't
whole
really like the
thing,
way
yeah.
that they kill Uncle Ben in it, where he's like, it's like a completely pointless death where he just like, hey, and he just charges at this man with a
Yeah.
gun. It's not like a complete accident or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not a wrong place, wrong time. He just ran to his death.
Just a
basically.
div.
He was
Just
just like,
deserves to get mowed.
but I like it. I like
Fucking
that
hell.
this one sort of continues on the thing that I think the Holland films didn't really get, where it was like New York rallying behind Spider-Man, where like the
Yeah.
cranes all line up at
That
the
was
different
really
swing
good.
I
walls.
like
Quality.
that bit. Yeah.
Because I feel like you've had a moment like that in basically every one of the films where
Yeah.
New York rallies behind him and he gets his mojo back, and you sort of get that in
Yeah.
the second one as well with the kid
Oh.
that he saves, and that and that
The-
sort of brings him back
the bit
after
with-
Gwen's death. But like I don't think Tom Holland's really gotten that yet. I
Yeah.
think the
No, not off the
closest
top
that
of
you
my
got was
head.
when he was like sent a video to the Daily Bugle or whatever it was in the third one, but like that you don't really see New York rallying behind him after
no,
that.
they don't really give a fuck.
So I'm kind of hoping that
Yeah.
maybe the new one will do that, since it's more grounded and not the world's gonna end.
Yeah, and there's not as many superheroes for him to be compared to, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I do think like you talk about Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker and as Spider-Man. I think regardless of whether or not you like him as Peter Parker or Spider-Man, I think his performance is quite good, especially at the end of the second one
Mm.
when Gwen dies.
Yeah.
That bit's quite good.
I think for me, are we moving on to the second one now?
I just thought,
Well, just in general, because I think he's sort of like, I like the way that he takes Peter in the first one to be like an angry young man after
Yeah.
Ben.
Yeah.
I think one of my favorite scenes in the film is when with Flash
Yeah, that bit's really
in
good.
the
yeah.
like he thinks that Flash is gonna kick off with him. He like pins him
And he
against
like
the wall. He's like,
apologizes.
I'm sorry,
yeah.
Matt. Flash got I was almost calling him Flash Gordon. Flash Thompson is really like is actually quite good in these films, because they forget about
Yeah.
him in the Raimi ones, and he's just terrible in the Tom Holland
terrible in
ones.
the Tom Holland ones,
But
but
He's
in
the
this
one. Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's
I
it's
forgot about
Tony
that. Bloody
Revolori or whatever he is.
Flash mob, like Instagram streamer
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
But
isn't it?
in this one, because you get him in like that
Kill him.
first one where he humbles himself a little bit in the background of it.
I don't remember.
And then at the start of the second one, you've got the graduation scene, and he like goes over to
Oh,
Gwen.
yeah.
He's like,
Oh,
gives her a hug.
yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I've gotten into this college thanks to you." And then he like gives Peter a hug, and they've sort of made amends and all
I
that.
don't remember
That bit's
that.
good. I remember that bit.
He's
now.
the only Flash Thompson. I've almost just called him Flash Gordon again.
Again.
He's the only Flash Thompson I
Billy
could see in
yearns
live
for
action.
Flash Gordon.
He's the only one I could see becoming Agent Venom.
Yeah.
The rest of them you
Okay.
just can't. Actually, I suppose Joe Manganiello became Deathstroke for like an after credit scene, so I guess he could get away with it there.
You know far too much about these films. I have no. Yeah, I think you're like totally lost us at one point there, but I see what you mean. I think he is good, and he probably could do Venom
Yeah.
and stuff.
I think for me, Amazing Spider-Man 2, I want to bring this up, has a really good soundtrack.
Oh, the music's
Yeah.
really
For
good.
you.
Not that bit.
Oh, yeah.
Not the license.
The opening bit's really good.
Not the licensed songs. The score itself. by
Yeah, the
Hans Zimmer
opening
is
swing
really
of it's
good.
really good until he lets all those people die in a car
Yeah.
crash. Then you kind of watch it, you're like,
Well, yeah, he's just going out with
it is mad because the pan to the car.
Yeah, they do.
Exploding.
He's just dicking around. Like he does it multiple times in the film as well. Like he goes and sort of fixes Jamie Foxx's hair. And Jamie Foxx looking like I don't even know what. Like he's in a completely different film. He's got like the comb over, the sort of goofy glasses and
goofy
teeth.
Looks like
Yeah.
Norbert.
He does. He looks like no. It's a completely different film. But then, like at the end, like
swing. I don't win no damn theory bad.
but later in the film, when Electro actually comes in, he sort of goes off in Times Square and puts on a fireman's helmet to hose him
Yeah,
down.
which is just like stupid because it's like it's the sort of quipping needlessly thing
Yeah.
where he's having a bit too much fun, and it's like,
Well, that same bit where he's in Times Square, everyone's gathered around watching.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
What
they're
is
all
doing?
like, it's like
Whoa.
run for it.
And the run for it. The biggest nitpick that I have. People, when Electro's kicking off, they run up the red
fucking
stairs in
Oh,
Times
like,
Square.
that lead to nowhere.
Yeah. While this man is shooting electricity and it's like metal railings everywhere. What are you doing?
It's really hard for me to like hate on this film compared to you guys because this film came on my birthday.
Oh,
So
I don't hate it. I think it's probably
I do.
it's probably tied.
I don't know if I hate it or not.
It's tied as my least favorite Spider-Man
it
film.
has.
I think.
I think
It's
for
got
me,
some memorable moments. I think Jamie Foxx's Electro is so laughably
yeah.
like.
But you're talking like Electro's the only bad villain in this. Dane
Green Goblin's not
Goblin
a
is
fraud,
awesome.
Spider-Man.
Fraud Spider-Man. He's also
But
really
this is
bad.
exactly what I was on
Rhino.
about before, where you can't adapt Green Goblin's design in live
No.
action because he just looks like like someone with like herpes all over.
He does.
his
He looks
face.
like a leper at the end of this
I
film.
was
It's
like, is another
unbelievable.
villain in this film? Paul Giamatti.
is he a rhino?
He's the rhino.
Rhino.
I thought he said Paul Giamatti.
No,
but then they've got like the bunker of sequels as well, where
Yeah,
you've got like
like
all
unmade.
everything's
Venom.
been made by Oscorp, and it's all sat there waiting for some famous actor to come
Isn't
take
Felicia Hardy in this film?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Felicity Jones is Felicia
Jones
Hardy.
is Felicia Hardy, which is like clearly
Mhm.
setting up a universe that never happened. Thank
What's
God.
funny also in one of the scenes I think they took out in the trailer, you can see they had the symbiote.
Yeah, I remember seeing that.
Well, there was meant to be a Black Cat and Silver Sable film randomly. Like, who cares?
Who
But
cares?
but that was meant to be
You?
in the Amazing Spider-Man universe.
You would go see it.
And then, but then that was still being sort of talked about with all these Sony spin-offs.
Yeah, granted. I mean, it's just, I don't know. I can't even really pin down why this film rubs us the wrong way. I think maybe it is not so much. I don't even think it's the film. I think it's just the fact that everybody like praises it as like
People
this
have-
really misunderstood
Yeah,
classic,
people have come
and like
back to it now. haven't they?
people come back to it with fresh eyes as if it's like it was this fucking slept-on masterpiece.
No,
but
it's
it's not.
not.
It's not.
yeah.
It's not the worst film ever made. It's not even the worst superhero film. It's really not that bad. It's just not very good.
I think
also.
for me, the second one's really hard for me why I hate it, because on one hand, the reason why I hate it is the father stuff.
the fucking
there's two-
Peter Parker's
when Dad
parents.
comes
Nobody cares about Peter Parker's
Nobody cares
parents.
about that. There's no reason to have
the
that
Green
in there.
Goblin stuff is extra, but like the thing which keeps the film to me together to the point where I actually can watch it is the Gwen stuff. Like the
Yeah.
Gwen stuff is
But
genuinely
even-
phenomenal.
Even the Gwen stuff, like the whole conflict seems to be resolved in the first 10 minutes where she's like,
Yeah.
no, I can't see you. And he's like, no, I don't want to go out with you
But I
because your
kind
dad
of
said
like
no.
that because it kind of had that whole thing of
I know, but then
will
he just
they,
like,
won't they kind of
yeah, but then he just like
situation.
changes his mind. He's like, actually, screw your dad. Let's go out. And then she dies. And it's like, that was your own.
He gets her killed.
He
by the
gets her
way.
Yeah.
killed. It was like, you literally
She
ignored
was like, I'm
every-
going to go to Oxford. And he's like, no, you're not.
Yeah. He's
Fucking
like,
come
how
with me.
about come
And
with
then
me? How
an
about come
hour
with me? I'll
later,
kill you. It's like,
his neck's broken.
it's like he's a total like I just think he's like a total dickhead, and like I know that like the whole point is that like Peter Parker's, you know, he's a teenager just like me and you. He makes mistakes and everything, but like I think they're pushing it a bit with him.
Well,
and
did you hear
Gwen
the
and
plans
that.
for the third one?
Yeah.
They were
What
gonna
was
the
bring
funniest thing
like
ever.
Gwen Stacy
Yeah.
back.
Oh.
They were gonna bring George Stacy back with like genetic engineering.
Oh my god!
They were gonna bring back Norman Osborn's severed head, and then but
what? Just the head?
yeah, some like the
Wow.
It was
Frozen,
the
yeah.
seventh villain.
Wait, hang on,
Norman
why his
Osborn's
head?
severed head.
Because
well, because
His head wasn't cut off. He
no,
died of like.
it was in this film. He's like he's dead. He's like dying
he's
in
got the
bed or
goblin
whatever.
curse, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got the goblin curse, and then that is what it's called.
It's called the goblin.
Genuinely
curse.
the
I
goblin-
swear
the
on my
goblin-
mother's life, it's called the goblin.
yeah,
curse.
it's a
But there
virus.
was, if you look it up, there was a prop made for the second film.
Hang on. Oh, he is.
No, move on.
There was a prop made for the second film with Norman Osborn's head Walt Disney frozen in a jar.
Like Futurama.
What?
It was like Walt Disney. You know, like Walt
Oh,
Disney.
I thought you meant literally Walt Disney
Walt
was
Disney
frozen.
frozen in a jar. They did that with Norman Osborn, and it's like a prop that exists for this film.
Jesus Christ.
There's so much being cut from.
Where can I buy it?
Yeah, there's been so much cut from the
MJ?
MJ. There was scenes filmed with Mary Jane in it. But like, that was another interesting. Andrew Garfield wanted Mary Jane to be played by Michael B. Jordan.
What?
He was joking,
Sorry?
sure.
No,
What?
he wasn't joking. He wanted Peter Parker to have like a bisexual romance, and for Mary Jane to be
In
a man in these films.
2014?
Yeah,
Wow. Well, yeah.
Oh, well, that was one of the reasons why I got fired, wasn't it?
apparently, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a gay! And they're like, no.
Yeah.
Christ almighty, can you imagine what 2014 film Twitter would have said about that? Like, how volatile that is now.
Yeah.
Like, that would have been, like, unbelievable.
But yeah, they did film scenes
Wow.
with, I think she was called Shailene Woodley or something like that.
Oh, yeah, she's in that Paradise thing I'm watching.
Yeah, but she
I know
was MJ in a few deleted scenes.
I could see her actually as MJ. That could work. Okay,
Mm.
that's less ridiculous than when you first sort of pitched it.
Yeah.
I think the only scene like I remember which was filmed was she went up to Gwen and said something and buggered off.
There was a few
You're
scenes
dead.
actually. Because there was a scene of
Save
Peter meeting
Cooper.
her, and there was like she was like
she's
a
on,
motorcyclist or
bike and shit.
something.
I
Yeah,
remember that.
cool,
I never
cool
even-
biker
I'd
chick.
Cool
never
biker
thought that was real.
chick.
I thought someone had made that.
Well, thank fucking God that TASM 2 did terribly, because I don't think that's already a bit too much.
Well,
for me.
it was almost MCU Spider-Man back then as well, because they were trying to get Oscorp into the
Oh,
skyline for
yeah.
Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, and the first Avengers. Yeah.
I remember that fake leak I thought was real where it was like Age of Ultron.
Well,
Yeah,
when they're like
that was
scrubbing the
insane.
windows and then
That's-
Spider-Man's on it.
After
That's making
really
the
cool.
rounds again. Somebody posted that and it's like, oh, brand new day after credit scene is like a joke, and that everyone was saying it's AI, it's AI. It's like, we're losing
This has
the engine.
already happened. Yeah.
So cool.
That is, yeah. If that was how he was revealed, I would have lost me.
Well, he was
mind.
meant to be in the end of Age of Ultron as Andrew, like
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, because it was. Do you know at the end when they're in the new Avengers facility and like Falcon and that turn up?
Yeah.
Captain Marvel and Spider-Man were going to be in that scene where
Wow.
they show up as well, just out of nowhere. Just no setup. They just
Where were you earlier?
I know.
Just appear.
You could say that a lot about getting off track a little bit, but you could say a lot about that in Age of Ultron because like War Machine's in it at the start, then he disappears for the whole film, and then he just shows up at the end.
You've
Boom, you're looking for
really
this?
testing me memory of Age of Ultron. Yeah,
Well, he's
like,
at the
it's-
party at the start when they're lifting the hammer, and then he doesn't show up again until the third act when the city's in the sky.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And I think Falcon's at the party as well, but then they just write him out.
I'm
of it
mixing
completely.
I'm mixing me films. I was gonna say, is he not just disappear because he gets like shot out the sky? But that's
Civil
Civil
War.
War.
Yeah. But yeah, anyway, with going back to Amazing Spider-Man, I
Yeah.
don't think it's as bad as people say it is. I think
Yeah.
it's
I just don't think it's as good as people say it is either, though. That's the thing.
it's
like somewhere-
it's average.
it's completely average.
People
which,
sort of went back to it after the Tom Holland third one and was like, "Oh yeah, this isn't as bad." But it's the first one's good. The second one's like.
I think that's
it's
why
whatever.
I'm grumbling about it though, because I feel like nobody's ever satisfied, because this was around the era when like it was like, oh yeah, well actually Andrew Garfield has always been the best one, because Tom Holland's just Iron Man Jr. and Tobey Maguire's just like memed and like he's really gormless and
I remember for
awkward.
years, like people used to call him like Crybaby Spider-Man. It's like, what?
Crybaby
You got a valid
You're
reason
gonna
in every
cry?
film.
Yeah, he's-
somebody that was getting murdered.
Exactly that. I know, it's like, for Christ's sake. But I think that's probably why, because it's just, I think that they belong in that category of like not that good, but also not
Yeah.
terrible.
The
But that for
front
Spider-Man, that's
I've
just not
seen
good
worse
enough, though.
superhero
That's the
films.
problem. It's like Spider-Man is, has the potential to be really good. It shouldn't be like 2 hours of like loads of unlikable villains and like semi-unlikable protagonists
Yeah.
and unnecessary lore that's been thrown in for literally no reason other than just to like have something original for this film. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, nobody's ever done Peter Parker's parents before. It's like, there's a reason for that, because nobody cares.
Well, they did make them like Agents of Shield in the comic
comics,
at one point, but then it was just
Yeah.
like completely forgotten about because nobody cared back then. So why would they care now?
Exactly that. Well, do they turn up in the Clone Saga as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say like
I'm sure they were pals with Wolverine as well or something.
that was like that's your bloody red flag right there. If you're borrowing ideas from the Clone Saga, you're going really wrong. Like don't do that. That's not what you want to
wasn't
do.
the Clone Saga like the twist was Peter was all like a clone all along?
He's been a clone the whole time, and he was like
Yeah.
Ben Reilly's the real Spider-Man or something like that.
And
but-
they retconned that.
Taking a break from the live action, what's everyone's thoughts on the yet-to-be-finished Spider-Verse animated film starring Shamik Moore? They definitely took a leap of faith and did their own thing as far as these films go, but did it work? Yes, it did work.
They're the
so
best
good.
films. I don't care. They're probably my favourites. Like, they're really good.
They're my favourites.
I'm waiting for him to pipe up.
I think the first one is miles better than the second one.
I prefer the first one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the second one. I think the second one is probably.
You're wrong then.
Yeah.
The second one has the potential to be better when they finish it.
That's the issue.
But because
the
it's
second
only
one's 2 hours of setup.
It's only the first half of the story.
I think the second one's more ambitious, but the first one's a
First
better
one's got
complete
more
It's a
package,
better
I think.
film.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
The first one's like still, it's really good.
I think,
really
I think
good.
the scope of the animation and what they managed to accomplish
Yeah,
in the
'cause it
second
hadn't
one's
really been
really
done
impressive.
Before
Yeah.
this.
yeah,
Maybe
100%. Yeah,
I don't know. For me, the first one has a lot of heart. But the second one, for me, always like I tear up a lot. It's so like.
yeah.
I've seen the
personal.
second one since it came out.
I've watched the
I
second one a lot
rewatched it.
more than I thought I have.
I saw it twice in the cinema. I think I watched it again when it came out on telly. But
I saw.
Yeah.
You don't want to know how many times I saw the
I've
second
got
one in
the
cinema.
I've got the steelbook for the second one in the house, but
Yeah.
I've still yet to
can I
rewatch
have
it.
it?
No,
Oh, can
Aw.
pay for it.
no, it's mine.
Okay,
I think I saw the second one in the cinema 5 times.
How old should we
it's not too bad.
Too old to be acting the way he does.
Old enough to know better.
Because like I keep forgetting that he's Miles.
Do you
Because
think
whenever I
do you
see
think he's
him,
gonna
I'm
have,
like, he's pushing 40. He's playing a 15-year-old.
He's not pushing 40 for Christ's
How
sake.
old is he?
I think he's maybe like late 20s, 30s.
He's gotta be
something
pushing
like that.
40.
well, what Haley
Seen him.
Haley
Listen, I'm
Steinfeld's,
not
I
saying
think,
that.
like
Yeah.
30s.
She's in her 30s. He's
trying-
30. He's 31. He's not pushing 40.
He's trying to date Haley Steinfeld.
He's the
It's
same
funny.
age as the age that I used to give Facebook and stuff because he was born 1995.
Wow.
When you used to lie about your profile to get on social
Why are you
media.
lying on Facebook?
I don't know. I'm a fucking boring kid.
He
Anyway.
is quite good as Miles.
He
He's
is-
really good as
yeah.
Miles, yeah.
I think when you compare the two Miles voices that are out at the minute with him and the guy,
The video
I don't
game
the
like
one
him.
in the game.
He's like really annoying.
He's so annoying,
Yeah.
and his mate, does it make called Ganky? He's
Genki.
worse.
He's playing.
Isn't Genki also in the Spider-Verse films as well?
But he
though?
doesn't.
don't
He
know.
doesn't
But he
do
doesn't,
anything.
he doesn't
Yeah.
really
He's
do
just
anything
there.
at
He's just
all.
he's like
voiced by-
he's playing on his PlayStation at the start, and that's
He's
true.
He's
Yeah.
voiced by the guy who plays the cat from from Lightyear, Peter Son, and
Wow.
also.
That is fascinating.
why is that such a niche part?
I just find it really interesting that Peter
There's your
Son
fact
voiced
of the
him, yeah.
week for the listening audience.
Most people
For all two of you who remember
No,
the
he
film
voices. Wait,
Lightyear.
hold on. He voices Remy's mate in Ratatouille.
Oh, there you
Oh,
go.
Fat one, yeah.
that's much
Why did
more well-known.
Lightyear come to mind?
Because that's the
over
only thing
Ratatouille?
I forgot.
Right. Let's actually talk about the quality of the Spider-Man films instead of Lightyear. Right,
Lightyear.
the first one. Let's go back to
Good.
the first one. The first one
Jake
is really good.
Johnson's
Really,
funny.
really
Yeah.
good.
It changed the game. It's literally like Steve, who you'll have heard on the podcast before. He doesn't like. He doesn't show.
He
comic
loves
book
comic
films.
books. But
He loves comic books. He
yeah.
doesn't show comic book films at Cineclub. He made an
made-
exception
yeah.
for Spider-Verse
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
he liked it that much.
It is
Because
good.
it just is. It's I still like. It's one of those like. Do you know when you have films where you very vividly remember the first time you watched it? and you had
Yeah,
a similar
I
experience?
remember
It was
vividly.
100% what I
Christmas time, wasn't it?
I
It
saw.
was.
I saw a week early. Like.
Did you?
Yeah, I got
Ooh.
invited to something, and it was really cool. It was like,
That's cool.
Johnny Warbooks.
yeah, I got to see Spider-Verse 2 a day early.
Wow.
Well, I
Yeah.
remember. I just remember. I remember seeing both of them though. That's the thing, because the first one was around Christmas. It was the same Christmas when I just got Spider-Man the game.
Yeah.
So it was like I was just like everything Spider-Man. I was like
Yeah.
surrounded by Spider-Man. At all
2018
angles.
was the year of Spider-Man, wasn't it?
It was,
It really was.
So, and then that film came out, saw it on like New Year's Day or something when everywhere was shut but the cinema, and I just remember loving it because I'd just
Mm.
never seen anything like it because it looks, I know it's like such a like corny thing to say now, but like it really does look like a moving comic book.
does.
Like it has the
Yeah.
little panels, it has that sort of weird page effect that like
Yeah.
comics have where like it's the little dots and stuff.
I think it proves that sort of idea works better in animation because it's
Mhm.
exactly what Ang Lee tried to do with Hulk, but
Yeah.
it just doesn't
Yeah.
work in live action.
Yeah.
But it
uh-huh.
works really well in that film.
And was it Thor as well, where they do the Dutch
Yeah.
angles and
I think
stuff like
Ang
that?
Lee took it to the nth degree though, because like he had like the characters like popping out as like cutouts,
Oh,
and then it was like
okay.
Yeah.
the
That's a bit
scene
too
the
much.
scene transitions actually were like comic panels.
Right. Scott Pilgrim gets away with it.
Yeah,
I think
true.
it is possible to do it in live action, but no, Spider-Man does it. Like,
Yeah.
Into the Spider-Verse
Well,
was
we're
the
also
benchmark.
going to do this. This might be wrong completely. I heard someone say they were going to try to do a Batman Beyond film like this.
Yeah, that was
They
the
did. They
original
pitched
idea.
it.
I've
and
seen
WB
someone made like fan made footage of it.
It
No,
wasn't
no, it's
fan made.
not
It was
fan
concept.
made.
Sorry,
That
There's
was the
real
pitch.
concept art.
It was
yeah,
real
but
co- it was a
just
real-
got
The
cancelled.
Killer Croc
Concept.
stuff.
I don't know about the Killer
No,
Might
Croc.
have
I
something
think it
else.
must have been fan animation, but there was actual concept art.
There was concept art, and WB, in their infinite wisdom, said no. Fucking shower
When
of
did one-
bastards. I can't
You were
wait.
just saying when the first one. When did the second one come out?
Second one came out in 2023. It was the summer when I'd
Right.
finished my A levels.
Was,
That
wasn't
that
it?
was the thing. This is what I mean. Like, these films are so precious to me because it was like that one was Christmas, then this one was summer, and I
Yeah.
remember that was my. It
And the
was
third one's going to be never.
never.
Next
Yeah.
year, supposedly.
And then, well, I thought the third one might have been when I'd finished
You
uni,
watching
but
the
like
third one on your stag do.
evidently not. I know.
37.
Oh yeah, but it was like, but yeah, I just remember it was like it came out and I knocked it back a week because I wanted to go see it after I'd finished my last exam,
that's
and I
fair.
did. I finished my exam in the afternoon, went to the cinema. It was like mind blowing. I just absolutely loved
I think
it.
from a character perspective, I like that it champions Miles and
Mhm.
like sort of. He's much more. He wouldn't have been in the public conscious as much as he would
Yeah.
have been without this film.
Yeah.
Same goes for Spider-Gwen, for better or for worse.
Yeah.
And I like that they do an older Peter.
The only version of Peter they have is like a total dork who's
Yeah,
like he's
I
like
like
a
that.
loser, and I really like
you
that.
got also Chris Evans. Not
No,
Chris,
Chris
Evans,
Pine.
Pine. Sorry.
But,
I
like,
actually quite liked him for like the
He's-
5
he's-
minutes.
he's
isn't it?
quite good
Before he
for the
gets before he
first
gets his
5
dome
minutes.
blown off by fucking Kingpin.
Yeah.
I do love Jake Johnson as the old Peter
He
B.
is
Parker.
really
He's
funny.
really
And
funny.
I like the other three that they're putting it, but they don't really get enough to do. Like
No.
like Nick Cage is now sort of getting to
Yeah.
do what he wants to do with,
Yeah.
with the live action series. But like I don't
Surf
think
Dracula. I
yeah.
mean Spider Noir.
Penny Parker really does much. And I
She's
don't
kind of there for the whole like
anime sort
bringing
of,
the
yeah.
anime audience, which
And put in
And
four now,
like
I
I
think.
like what's he called?
Oh, John Mulaney.
John
John
Mulaney
Mulaney
is
is
Spider-Ham,
Spider-Ham. Yeah.
It's
Pig.
he's
I don't know
he's
if
funny, but like I don't.
Those
think
are just the
one.
sort of
yeah,
like
they're just like there to fill out
No.
the roster.
I was so annoyed he never came
Oh,
back for the second
Well,
one.
because he
until
was in
Penny-
like knee-deep
Yeah.
controversy. That's why
Yeah,
they
he was
didn't
in,
bring
like,
that's
him back.
right.
he
Yeah,
was
because
rehab
he
or
like
something.
cheated
like
on his
he
wife
like
and
knocked
that,
up
Was that-
another woman or something, hadn't he? And like
Well,
cheated on his
That's
wife.
weird because there was like a short film which came out right after I think the second one.
Spider-Ham behind bars.
Yeah.
Where he belongs.
Well, none of them really came back for the second one.
Only
aside-
Penny comes back.
Penny
but
was
she
such a weird cameo.
when she comes back in the second one, it's like Shinji at the end of
Yeah.
Eva. Like she looks like she's seen horrors beyond
she's
comprehension.
like Penny comes back for like one line. Spider-Man Noir is on the rooftop at the end, but that's it.
true.
And like I think
Spider-Ham's
Spider-Ham
there.
might be there as well, but
Yeah, I think
neither
he
of them have any lines in
Lines.
it.
They did
No,
that
Penny
though
does.
because the new
That's what I know. I've
Oh,
just said
sorry.
that.
they knew they could like then put them on the poster and say, "Oh, all your favorites from the first film are coming back."
But
But,
I'm
But
like,
saying
even
something.
Peter doesn't really do much in the second one.
no, Peter B
He
is
has
just.
he has like one sort of pep talk with Miles.
This is that. I think
Does he
They're
like betray
really-
him right after?
Yeah.
yeah, he does. But they're really but they're really good because I think they make the villains more detestable in the second one
Yeah.
because they've built them up as like they're kind of like not that good, but like you like them even
Mhm.
though. So like Peter B is like they all wind him up in the second one. They're like he's a shit Spider-Man. Don't listen to
Yeah.
him. But like you've watched the first one, and you're like yeah I know, but he's my shit Spider-Man. I love him. He's great. So that's why it's like quite you just feel bad for them because
I
they're
don't really
all
like that Miguel O'Hara's the villain.
I don't like
Do you
that.
know?
You know what?
I like him.
I've got an unpopular opinion
No.
in the sense that I just don't like him in this.
really.
Because my my only experience with Spider-Man 2099 was actually I had like a comic I had years ago, and also Spider-Man Edge of Time,
Oh
which
yeah.
probably isn't a very faithful adaptation.
Yeah,
But in that
he-
he's like cool and he's a bit of a dick,
yeah.
But in this he's just
He's a total dick.
massive.
I
he's
like
just dick,
him
I don't
being
like
a total
it.
dick. I think him having like a support, like a authority. Like,
If I had a
it's very
pound
cool.
coin for every time I've seen an Oscar Isaac adaptation of a Marvel character and I haven't liked it,
Yeah.
I'd have £2.
But you'd have
Oh,
£3. He played Apocalypse as well.
He played Apocalypse. I forgot about
Very
that.
good.
Christ almighty.
But yeah, I don't really like that he's a bad. I think like they set him up at the end of the first Spider-Verse, and he's like
Oh,
he
do
looks
they?
normal.
He
looks
looks
like a
like a
normal
fairly
guy.
normal
yeah,
Spider-Man.
Looks like
Second
he
he looks
Jackson.
yeah, and like he seems to be set up to be it's a good guy.
Don't they like drop a hint that he's like also like a vampire Spider-Man
Yeah.
at some
Yeah.
point
Well,
as well,
because
which doesn't really make any
he
sense.
is
but-
he does have like I think he is like does have
He is a
vampire,
vampire,
but they don't
right.
really elaborate on that. And then
No, there's only one shot where he's like gets his fangs out, and,
And
then
then
like,
he is in the
whoa,
comics.
calm
You
down.
you get to the second one. He's like a big muscle monster.
I hate
Yeah.
the way he looks in the second
And
one.
it's like it attracted
Whenever you watch, I know what you're
it
going to say
attracted
now.
all the wrong people
Yeah.
for it. It was like people just thirsting over him.
That's true. I don't think you can knock the film because people thirst
I
over
know,
Miguel
but
O'Hara.
I
though,
just
like,
don't.
I know those people really annoy you.
I
but
don't like that he's like he's just. He is just. I don't think there's any way to get around it. He is
He doesn't
a
seem
bad guy in
redeemable
that
at all.
one.
He's a
How's he Spider-Man?
He's
but
a bad guy for
He's
the
a super villain.
yeah, exactly. He's a bad guy for the good reasons, but it just doesn't feel
But
like
I think
Spider-Man.
this is why it's really tricky to talk about the second one, because I think they very well might have done that with the intention of
the will,
elaborating on it in
Yeah,
the second
well,
one.
we'll
so,
have to
like,
see.
they will redeem him in the second film, but like I just don't like how unlikable he is.
I
don't know.
I don't know. I don't mind that because I think he's really unlikable. I agree with you there, but I quite like the fact that like he's like kind of like a Spider-Man who sees himself as like the all-knowing superior to
Yeah.
all other Spider-Men, my way or the highway.
Well, do you know
complete
what they could have done instead of that then?
Go on.
Superior Spider-Man.
Yeah, I suppose so.
They could have just adapted that instead of make it. I
Making
get
it
it. I
Spider-Man
get it that they did him
2099.
because it's like he's like the future guy. He knows everything. Got all this
Yeah.
tech. He can set all this up. But like you could have done that with Doc Ock Spider-Man
Yeah.
because like he
Yeah.
starts his own company and all that. He is like the holier than thou Spider-Man.
Who would you
Yeah.
cast as
I don't know, but like
Rigby?
but like when they did like the new Spider-Verse crossover event, he was like the sort of leading figure in that, and he took on that Miguel
the Miguel role
where he was sort of
yeah.
like taking command, pushing everyone off to the side, butting heads with people.
Mm.
So I feel like that role could have been served by him.
Yeah, it could have worked with
Yeah.
others, I guess. I think it's maybe he's a bit more, he has more marquee value though,
I
probably.
like the other editions. I like Spider-Man India, and I like
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I like
Spider-Punk's so
Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk's great. There's like, that's the thing when they start
Daniel
throwing in
Kaluuya,
these
isn't it?
Yeah, Daniel Kaluuya.
these
Really
extra
good.
characters, and I was surprised that, because I did think I liked the gang from the first one.
Yeah.
Then when they started bringing in these new ones, I like them
is
just
cool.
as more.
I
Although
really-
you do, I don't know, you just feel for Miles though throughout the whole thing. I think they're all really like, they're all arguably unlikable in a way.
Yeah.
Like even Gwen and like Spider-Punk,
I
they're
like
all
that.
cool, but like,
Yeah.
but still, you know, they're like, Spider-Punk's the only one who isn't, because he kind of like disagrees with some of it and
Yeah.
like helps him out. But like, yeah, like, you know, it's, yeah, I still love both of them.
Well, you mentioned like new additions. I think there's a few really cool cameos in this. Donald Glover's cool. That bit's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah.
But when Huey Lone Thor Spider-Man's in it, isn't he?
Yeah, for like
Yeah.
one-
warmed my heart so much. I just love him.
Spectacular Spider-Man has like a line.
He has
We
one
got
Oh, he
Josh
does,
Keaton,
Daniel
yeah.
Keaton.
Yeah.
Josh Keaton comes back for a bit, and
Who's
it's like
Daniel
so
Keaton
cool.
who am I thinking of? Josh Keaton.
Josh Keaton
Keaton's the
voice
voice is
him, yeah.
spectacular.
I wonder if they'll ever follow up the Prowler stuff, because like that was meant. I think that was meant to be MCU Prowler, because Donald
was.
Glover
Yeah.
was Aaron Davis in the MCU.
Got a nephew who lives in Queens and all that kind
Yeah.
of
And
thing.
then you
Yeah,
have,
well,
like-
I mean, they
Sorry.
might do. Who
Then you have
knows?
like the holographic looking Andrew Garfield for it in it.
I think he got paid like
What?
he got paid like $1
Wait,
million dollars to be for that
Andrew
Hawkeye
Cameron
footage.
for like a
Does he?
second, yeah.
It's
Very,
like it's like when they're
very
talking about
briefly.
how Spider-Man always has consequences, and they show like the scene from the first Amazing film where
It's literal stock footage.
yeah.
It's not even like
it's
a
stock
new
footage
And he
of
got paid
Captain
for that?
Stacy dying. Yeah, I think
Christ
so.
almighty.
Oh.
But yeah, they're not finished yet. So
They're not
we are
finished, you
yet
can't
to
judge,
see.
but
I'm looking forward
I
to
think
it.
so far the two are really good. Sort of top tier Spider-Man
very
films.
good. I mean, yeah, they're my favourites. They're like the
Mm.
gold standard of Spider-Man content that I hold them to. And I think just the fact that like they feel very like true to the comics, very in
Yeah.
love with the comics, which is
Yeah.
like another thing I really appreciate, because it's like even those bits you were saying where they like cycle through like things that have happened in the comics, like they're actually acknowledging
Mhm.
real stuff that
Yeah.
you've read. Like it's I like all
They
that.
know
I
the
really
stuff,
like that.
evidently. And that's
They
sort
know
of-
the stuff. Yeah, exactly. that.
It gets a lot of leeway.
Yeah.
Making the jump over to the MCU, what's everyone's thoughts on Tom Holland's tenure as the Wallcrawler from his John Watts trilogy to the Avengers? What do you guys think of it?
People need to leave him alone, get a job. Leave him alone. Good.
I think he's got one truly good film so far.
Homecoming.
Do you reckon?
Yeah, Homecoming.
Homecoming to my favourite.
We went to see a re-release, didn't we, of it?
We
I
did. Yes.
like elements of No Way Home. I don't think it's a very good film, but I like it because it's entertaining. I don't think it's very well made.
It's entertaining. It's a lot. It's like nostalgia. Like,
Yeah, I
Bill, isn't
I
it?
don't think it's well made, and I think a lot of the returning actors sort of phone it in a bit.
I'm going to disagree with you there. And I think I've already said this on the Marvel episode, but I think No Way Home is like, I think it's inaccurate to say that it's like just there for like the cameos, because like a lot of films do that now, but I think that one justifies the cameos by like in the way that Spider-Verse kind of does, where they're there to teach this version of Spider-Man like a lesson. I don't know, like I quite like the fact that they're there, and then when everything goes completely south for like the Tom Holland one, he finally actually faces some like serious consequences, like Aunt May is dead and everything.
Don't get us wrong, I think it's a good film. I just don't. I like it. I rewatched it recently. I just don't think it's like a well-made film, and I don't think a lot of the John Watts films are well-made films.
When you watch it in the cinema, surrounded by fans, different to...
Yeah,
you mentioned it a while ago.
It was, like, I had a great experience. It's like packed cinema when I first watched it, and then I rewatched it, I think, at the start of this year, and I thought, like, it was just really, like, stilted and awkward, because there's, like, so many scenes where it's just a big pause for audience reaction to all these characters and stuff.
I didn't notice that when I rewatched it, but, I mean...
And like I say, I think Willem Dafoe does quite well out of the return, but I feel like a lot of the other ones feel a bit phoned in.
Okay.
And like when it sort of annoys us when they sort of say the lines from the old films.
Yeah.
Well,
like,
that's annoying.
I'm something of a scientist myself. Yeah, and you said that 20 years ago. I heard he said the line, guys.
We remember, yeah.
But Homecoming, I think Homecoming's good. I
It's
like
a great
Homecoming.
Homecoming is...
Homecoming's
one of my favourite MCU moments ever is that montage near the start of Homecoming.
Yeah.
Where it's him just kicking about, like...
That's great, yeah. That's
really
quintessential
you got
Spider-Man.
Stan Lee
That's like...
shouting at him.
That bit's good.
Yeah, it is really good. I think it's got his best villain as well. I like Vulture.
Oh, yeah.
He's really good. Michael Keaton's really good as Vulture. I think him learning to be on his own is like a really good arc for him. And even if they literally undo it in his next appearance in Infinity War, it works in like in a bubble for that film.
Yeah.
But I like that one a lot.
I think it's just because it's got a very like feel good. It's like, you know, sort of like the vibe of like a John Hughes 80s film.
Well, there was another summer film, wasn't it?
It was, it's just very light, easy breezy.
It's the only time that Tom Holland, until this new one comes out, has been like a sort of standard New York low stakes story.
Biting the ground.
The second one's not even in New York.
It's not. No, it's like a globe-trotting. This is what I was sort of alluding to before. That is like joint with Amazing Spider-Man 2 for me is my least favourite Spider-Man film.
I'm curious why everyone hates that so much, because I don't love it, but I don't think it's that bad.
I don't think like the comedic bits in it are terrible.
Yeah,
I don't really like that. I think Spider-Man can work when you take him out of New York, but they don't really use that to the best of its ability.
Peter drone striking.
Yeah,
I
don't.
It's weird taking him out of New York so soon into the time as Spider-Man.
I don't really like that. It's basically just an epilogue to the Infinity Saga, and it's so intrinsically tied to Iron Man with all the stupid drones and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Aunt May just doesn't really care.
Yeah, they completely undermine the ending of Homecoming where Aunt May just does not care. I don't like the Happy Hogan romance stuff with Aunt May.
It's quite funny.
I think Nick Fury's underused in it.
Yeah, they kind of make Shield look like idiots.
Yeah, they make Shield,
which is a bit of a crime of it.
Then the bait of Hydro Man, Sandman was doing
with all the sort of it's whatever. I like Jake Gyllenhaal as Mysterio, and I think he's the sort of redeeming quality of it. But like, I feel like he's just, I don't know. I don't like the suits that he wears either in it.
Do you know?
I don't like the stealth suit thing that he puts on. It looks stupid.
That stealth suit works. He's only in it for 10
Yeah,
minutes.
but that's like the equivalent of the black and gold one in No Way Home.
Oh, is this the I thought it was
the Spider Monkey or whatever it is. Yeah,
I was trying to think. I was like, when the hell did Jake Gyllenhaal wear
Monkey,
a
whatever they call
suit?
them?
Night Monkey, yeah.
And like, I don't mind the black and red suit. I like that they finally gave him one in live action. I don't like the white logo on the back.
Yeah.
Because I think if you're going to commit to the white logo, make it a white logo on the front. Don't make it outlining the stupid...
Yeah.
Well, that's another... I'm going to sound like a right hater. I don't like Tom Holland's Spider-Man logo either. I think they had a really good one in the Civil War test suit.
At the end of No Way Home.
Yeah, the new one's good. But and the test logo in Civil War was really good. But then I don't like the little. It looks like a tick. It doesn't look like a spider.
One thing which really annoys me about this trilogy, you've actually reminded me of, was he gets this spider symbol, like which in the comics he would use to like show that he's attacking someone. I like definitely. He never used it once at all.
I think it was just more like a sort of tongue-in-cheek reference.
That was still dumb.
Where like the spider signal.
The spider signal.
Oh yeah, I get what you mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I don't like that he has an AI assistant like Iron Man in the
Killmonger
first
as well,
one.
that was
Yeah.
mad.
I'm glad they wrote that out of the other ones because like that
Yeah.
was really stupid. I like that he had other web shooter combinations, but I didn't like that he had
Yeah.
that didn't help the Iron Man Jr. conversation where he had like
He has like a little
yeah.
AI friend who tells him what to do.
But yeah, the first one I like it a lot. Second one I don't like it really. The third one, I like it. I like
You
parts
like
of it.
just
Yeah,
not.
I
yeah,
I like
as
it
much
for
as
what
you
it did because it sort of it put Peter's character on the right track where in the MCU
Yeah,
he'd been floundering. I think in the
I
MCU.
think, yeah, they do. They definitely send it better than
Yeah.
it's better than it could have been and what it had been. So
And I like it because it brought back Matt Murdock.
and that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so
So
good.
I think like I hope, and I'm quite confident that the new one is going to be the best out of his film so
Yeah.
far. It looks really good.
Fingers crossed.
I think it will be because I think going back to just being as street level as the MCU will allow Spider-Man to be, because like you've got the obligatory superhero with the Hulk kicking about, whatever, destroying New York, whatever he does in it.
Oh, that
Yeah.
looks quite good as well.
And like if Jean Grey's in it, is she not, whatever.
yeah.
I think, but like
The Jackal.
yeah,
It's a Jackal.
actually, Keith David is apparently Jackal in it.
What?
Mhm.
Well, his voice is in the trailer.
Yeah, Keith
isn't it?
David's voice is in
I
the
just
trailer.
thought it was going to be like a generic goon or something.
Who's in the trailer?
You don't see him in the
That's
trailer, but you hear
That's
his,
not Keith
Realised.
David.
It is Keith David.
You hear his voice in the
Is
trailer.
he feeling all right?
Keith-
Nothing like him.
Keith
he's
David had said it was him.
talking about evolution, so everyone
Yeah.
thinks that he's the Jackal. He's the Jackal.
The Jackal.
Yeah, but
Weird.
yeah, I think that'll be good.
He would be a good
I like
Dr. Connors.
I like that they're bringing back Scorpion.
Yeah.
Because that's
He's
been
only
that's
going to be there for 5
Yes.
minutes.
It's weird
I
though
would,
because
I would manage your expectations.
in the time that Michael Mando was in Homecoming, he's given one of the best performances
Yeah.
ever in Better Call Saul.
Yeah.
And then that ended, and I forgot he was Scorpion.
and
Yeah.
I like that they're sort of giving a bit of a spotlight to some other villains, like Boomerang and Tarantula will only be in like a montage, but it's
but-
cool that they're there. And like they've kept them out of all the marketing apart from like the Lego set, but I think Tombstone will be really cool as well.
Mm.
I
I
think
like
it's a great
Tombstone.
casting for Tombstone. He voiced him in Spider-Verse before. He's been cast as him in
That's right.
live
yeah,
action, and like he played a very similar role on Black Lightning.
Oh, I forgot that was
Yeah.
a thing. Yeah.
He was a very similar character to Tombstone on that, so it's sort of
Yeah.
like you get the idea, and I think he'll be good. And the sort of people have surmised that he's not going to be in it very much, but he's going to be a reoccurring figure across these new Spider-Man films,
Okay,
That
right.
would
sort of filling the vacuum. I'm guessing that Kingpin will have
Yeah.
left.
Kingpin's left by
Yeah.
being, yeah.
So like sort of what they did with Spectacular, where they wanted to do
I was-
Kingpin, but they weren't allowed.
That's
so they
what I
did
was
Tombstone.
thinking, yeah, because
Oh,
they
he's
sort of
really
use.
good and spectacular.
He is. He's like, they kind of use him as like the mob boss
Yeah.
in that, don't they? But
I think it'll be, and like the only thing that worries us is that there is so many components to this film, because like you've got possibly Jean Grey, you've got the Hulk, you've got
Yeah.
the Punisher,
lots
got-
of characters,
yeah.
lots of villains, which doesn't typically bode well
no.
for Spider-Man
Tarantula,
films.
Boomerang, Scorpion,
Well, surely
Tombstone.
Tarantula and Boomerang only gonna be like a montage
yeah.
thing.
Jackal, The Hand.
I always
Oh,
forget.
yeah.
I keep forgetting that they're also in the trailer, but maybe they're working for one of
Yeah.
these.
Damage
people.
Control's in it as well, and apparently
Mhm.
the person from because they cast the guy out of not Succession. What's the other Apple TV show? The one that's about the
Severance.
offices. Severance. They cast the guy
Oh, yeah.
from Severance as like a guy from Damage Control, but
He's
like
in
they've
the
been
trailer
keeping
as
one of
well,
his names secret or something, so people think that he's going to be some sort of twist villain. And there's a lot going on, and I hope that they balance it well. But
Yeah.
we'll have
Yeah.
to see.
When's it come out?
next month.
For when you guys are listening, it might already be out, or it might just be about to come out. But yeah, it's
Yeah.
like the 17th of July or something like that.
Mid to late July, I think.
I think the film is
Oh, wait,
rumored to be
it's
2
not
hours and
long.
30 minutes. That's what it says.
I've heard
Jesus.
that, 2.5
Yeah.
hours,
Yeah, Lord. Yeah, I think it'll be good. I think it's, like I say, that last one put them on the right path, and I think this
Yeah.
one is looking like it's going to sort of
Yeah,
continue that with any luck.
yeah. Fingers crossed. We'll see.
I think that's all the masked menaces and cheesy quips we've got time for today. Make sure to check out our Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook pages for more CineClub podcast content and updates.
As always, this episode was recorded and produced by us, the Sunderland University students, as well as being engineered by Emily Main. Special thanks goes out to Steve Cannon, Barbara Sadler, Richard Berry. A reminder that our 4 web slingers this week have consisted of me, Matthew,
Me, Billy.
Me, Dion.
And me, Jake. This has been a Cine Club production for Spark. Thanks for listening, true believers.